Hello, one and all. Welcome back to Hubba's Hidden Hooplah, here for our next matchup, our 15 UTC block. Hopefully there won't be any more rigs in between matches from here on out, but it's going to be Charro versus FallenHK here in our losers bracket. We have our future matches set up as well. Pretty exciting matches thus far. Plenty of tiebreakers to be had. Would be surprised if we continued to see them, but going to be our first losers bracket stream. All the other losers bracket people, they ended up just falling off the face of the planet. Handful of forfeits, but so it goes in brand new community tournaments like this. Hopefully we'll have a little bit less issues with that next time. In the meantime, this doesn't seem like the correct chat, but we can wait for that, no biggie. It seems like there is a first ban. I'm unsure from who thus far. It's going to be, the 10.3 being banned by Charro makes a lot of sense, and the Hard Rock one from FallenHK as well, taking out that consistency Hard Rock pick is a little bit surprising, but I mean, if you're more comfortable on those hiddens rather than a Hard Rock, it makes sense. Charro, a little bit of a well-rounded, not a Hard Rock strength, but definitely serviceable on the skill set. And it's going to be a DT2 first pick. I would imagine this is from FallenHK, but yeah, there it is, opting for the speed against Charro, as is a pretty common suggestion for a lot of players. I do have a little bit of insider information regarding this map and the scores within for these players in specific. So I'm interested to see if Charro is fully warmed up and prepared for a pick like this early. Gonna be interesting to see. But this map in particular, pretty tricky all-around, constant finger control, a little bit of stack reading elements involved as well, plenty of doubles and triples to be had. The main stamina sections are going to come towards the end of the key eyes, and about 2/3 in, there's a pretty big noticeable constant stamina section as well. But for now, both players holding on to combo quite nicely. Of course, the accuracy advantage in the picker's favor for FallenHK, feeling more comfortable than most other people have in this pick thus far. Good sign for things to come for FallenHK. No breaks on either side, and actually some accuracy recouped by Charro as well. Just some mild loss there, and now it's a 4% difference, equaling 40k now. As they see the break, FallenHK seeing the combo held. Our second PI now. All fine and dandy, honestly. Both players looking weirdly comfortable on it. But here's that stamina section I mentioned right after these big sliders and the big act drop coming through for Charro, not helping things out. Charro needs a break and needs it soon for this to be possible. And it's gonna be Charro finding the break instead. FallenHK holding on to their potential FC and the long stream without an act drop. Pretty impressive tapping chops here. And 1k combo deep, 800,000 score, some mild act drop, but like, well, T's been won this match. Like, this map is done and dusted for FallenHK, an incredibly comfortable pick for him. You know, last week the 10.3 pick was the finger control pick, but with this one being a more comfortable AR10 DT, really shining through and getting the top score of the weekend thus far on that map. And yeah, that's going to be a big A to C difference here, and not a bad score from Charro, but leaves something to be desired, and it is a well-known weak point. Gotta target those weaknesses first for your first picks, of course. I am pretty interested to see what Charro decides to opt for in retaliation, though. I'm assuming that one being the FallenHK pick. There's a handful of maps I could see them doing very well on, like Hidden 7 or Hidden 1 being my personal standouts, especially with that consistency hard rock ban. A consistency aim could make a lot of sense. But we're going to be opting for DT1, a more speedier, choppier version. No verse in this map, but a standard Hidden 1 style fast aim with a little bit of density. It's a AR 9.7 after DT. So, definitely something Charro is known to be comfortable on, and gonna be able to see that consistency really shine, see if FallenHK can keep up the pace, or maybe an uncharacteristic break from them. Taking a little bit to get into this one, oddly enough. Maybe some video delay or something. Banjo moment. Oh, an early break for Charro, actually. There we're dealing with some technical difficulties in the offhand, but early break for Charro is very uncharacteristic now. And well, luckily for them, FallenHK is able to trade almost immediately, but in the early goings, definitely not as consistent as you would like for either player on a map like this. We've been seeing a lot of FCs on this map throughout the weekend, and normally an early break like that would spell doom, but that one just might in that top corner. And now FallenHK fully in the driver's seat with double the combo Charro has currently. Just about in an 80k score lead to boot. Charro is fully at the whim of FallenHK in this final quarter. He needs a break now for Charro to have a chance. And there it is. That's going to be the second point on the board for FallenHK and a break point in the first pick. Quite scary openings for our number 6 seed. We will be taking a little bit of a break to fix some things. The chat and the scores aren't really showing, so you're going to be seeing the schedule screen for a second, but no worries. We're just fixing some stuff up.
Well, looky here, what do we have? Another pretty thing ready for me to grab. But little does she know that I'm a wolf in sheep's clothing, 'cause at the end of the night, it is her I'll be holding. I love you so, hey, that's what you'll say. You'll tell me, baby, please don't go away. But when I play, I never stay. So every girl that I meet, yeah, this is what I say. Run away, baby, before I put my spell on you. You better get away, darling, 'cause everything you heard is true. Your poor little heart will end up alone, 'cause Lord knows I'm a rolling stone. So you better run away, baby. Yeah. Well, let me think, what should I do? So many eager young bunnies that I'd like to pursue. Now even though they
Hello, we are live, perhaps. We might be back. And here we go with a hidden 7 pick coming up from FallenHK, I would imagine. We're going to be hopping into the bottom 2. This map is going to be a slightly tech-influenced aim pick. As you see these big sliders coming out, a pretty comfortable start, but that's going to change right here in a second when that first big wiggle comes through in this corner. Both players hit it, and that is going to be a point of contention. There's 3 of those in this map, so first one down. Now we're just going to be hopping into some standard high BPM alt aim control. This one going to be 160 BPM if I remember correctly, so pretty similar acts, and Oh, that's gonna be the first slider break unless it's Bancho from FallenHK right before the slower section is not where you want to be breaking there. And that is already a 26k lead for Charro. This map is not very long. That is 1/3 down. Still holding on to her FC. More big sliders as the as the Gary section goes through, and they hit the wiggle again. Though this one is a little bit more awkward. The other side, both players still hit it. It's just still Charro's lead to this point. Incredibly comfortable here as she looks to get this break point on the board for her first point, keeping that consolidation from happening on FallenHK's side, giving her a little bit of momentum here. We haven't seen any FCs on this weekend yet. Thus far, this is definitely the highest score on it, with incredibly comfortable acts, 99 and 99.2 on these players. You can imagine why FallenHK picked this, but an FC going to be keeping things contentious. A little bit remaining here, but 200 and nearly 300k lead now for Charro. Spells the doom of this pick. One more wiggle to close out the FC, and she does it. Incredible work. Over 1 million score on this hidden 7 here. And doing what needed to be done and locking in when she needed it the most, keeping him from getting 3 points to her none. And now it is a 1-2 heading into her next pick. And after a map like this, there's a couple maps that are pretty similar. There's the Hidden 4 that is more tech density reading. Plenty of overlaps to be had there, as well as the Hidden 3 if you want to keep up this aim control snap vibe that this map gives. Oh, but it's going to be Party at Club Bug. We're going to be hopping into our custom for this weekend. The Hidden 6. Shoutouts to Acnome for this one. This map featuring a lot of rhythm changes at AR8 being the main difficulty choice. Real trickiness involved with it. A little bit of KTG-ster influence and some of the aim control in the middle, and some overlapping linear patterns alongside of big flow sliders towards the end. Really a catcher's game of AR8 skill sets within this map. And this one pretty even, as was the last one. Both players gonna be hitting out that big aim section as we head into this linear aim control. A little bit of an accolade for Charro here, as these 1-6 bursts are no joke. FallenHK gonna be finding the first break on this section. Definitely awkward transitions to come, and this is going to be a lead for Charro now by over 50k because of the accuracy. When you have low accuracy and you aren't comboing, that score is just so hard to get back up, especially on a map like this, and we're halfway in now. as we head into another transition to more finger control. If you break here, you're going to be limited in quite a big way. And Charro does find that break. FallenHK now with the 200 combo advantage, but still has to claw back 70k score. It is going as Axe have evened out, but the hardest section of the map at the end is going to be coming through. Another break for Charro, really amplifying that speed that it's going. And hardest section now as the linear patterns get more overlap, the sliders go bigger, the velocity changes quite a bit. And FallenHK, despite all of those feats, is holding on tight, finally finds the slider break, but not before doing enough damage to take the lead for a moment. Charro now, with 200 combo of her own, taking it back. Really a dogfight here, clawing back and forth, a double break, but Charro chain missed more. It's only 2k score dividing them. Oh, but another break from Charro. It's now 6k and only climbing. 75 combo is pretty substantial on a map like this. And with the slowdown section, more act drops coming through. FallenHK able to take another breakpoint back. It's 3-1 now. And it feels like that breakpoint from before was only slowing down the process. And now it's going to be a real struggle to figure out where to go next. I feel like this is the trap that Charro got placed in last time, where it's just like on your picks you have a little bit of an underperformance, but they're so strong on their own mechanics in these early stages that it's more of a consistency game. Now we're on to our next FallenHK pick. Everlasting Message is still on the board if he wants to keep opting into tapping elements, as well as the Hard Rock 2 if you want to flow aim gamble. Plenty of options here. The DT pool is all but wiped out, so we're going to be pretty much toying with exclusively this hidden pool. Maybe like a Hard Rock 3 option could also be strong, but that map features a lot of like techish aim that maybe not wanting to opt into. But it's going to be hidden 2. We're going to be going for density reading mechanics. It's hidden 2 aim and burst. This map kind of plays like a drum and bass map despite the song choice. Pretty big snap aim 1-2s and plenty of finger control bursts at this 190 BPM mid-range, classic Pishy Fat style, and a classic Pishy Fat song as well. And in we go. This is a very interesting pick, and Charro is pretty confident on higher CS ranges that aren't Hard Rock, but going for an opposite thing here. I'm kind of interested to see how density reading fares for both of these players, really. On paper, the main difficulty of this map is the aim. So, in my head, it would favor Charro, but you never know. And here's the first snap 1-2s, both players making it out the other side. A big ack advantage for FallenHK, though, on the tapping. and he's really been showing off his accuracy in this match, minus those hidden 4 blunders, or the hidden 6 blunders rather. But that is a rhythm-specific map, and here he is flaunting another 99.5. And I mean, despite Charro's 98, that's still a 10k score lead because of how high his accuracy is. And still no breaks for either. A little bit of shake on the side of FallenHK though, really tricky, dense aim here. But he wouldn't pick it if he wasn't confident. More snap 1-2s. Tapping a little early, the sacrifice you have to make to hit these big jumps. Big triangle. And now they see both players still holding on. No more breaks left in the map. They just have to lock in and pray the other one misses at this point. As the acts are starting to even out now even. Only 0.4 divides them. A couple more shaky hundreds come out from FallenHK, and we could be seeing some matching scores, but both players drop massively. Charro more so though, dropping below that 98 mark. It's back to a 1% act deficit. If we do see a double FC, oh, this is so scary. These connecting sliders as well, just tapping them a little bit late. It might just be an act battle, and FallenHK breaks. It's clawed back right at the end. And the final possible moments to break, that final jump in the corner is enough. And that is huge for Charro getting back into this match. It is a 3-2. FallenHK still in the lead, but it's Charro's pick once again. Another opportunity to even it out right at the end. But it is now Charro's pick. I can only imagine it's going to be a hidden 3 option. I mean, she did just win the aim pick, or one of the aim picks, so hidden 1 also an option, but I feel like there's been a handshake truce in a number of matches not to pick that map, and just due to its length. But it's going to be hidden 4. We're opting for the tech reading. And with the way that the bottom 2 went, and with how snappy the aim is in this map as well, definitely not a bad pick. A pretty solid second option to those others, and yeah, pretty good, especially with the other victory being on hidden 4. Also being pretty short, not having to deal with those consistency issues that have plagued in the past. Just under 2 minutes is this one of the shorter in the pool, minus that DG1 of course. And here we hop into it. Immediately you're seeing the characteristics of this map, the linear patterns coming through. Plenty of overlaps to be had in them, as well as finger control in between these sliders. A point of contention is going to be this first flow lane pattern right now, and it's going to be FallenHK finding the chain miss on that flow lane. After this part, it's just a number of contentious slider sections, stacked triples, and doubles, as well as that slowdown stream. FallenHK going to be falling over on that slowdown stream. A little bit of a note lock situation happening with it. And that is now 500 combo and a 150k score lead for charro. Absolutely dominating this pick, being well practiced on the map. As we head into our big slider section now. It's just so much density that it can be really staggering to see all at once, especially with all the one combos, no numbers to help you out. It is all vibes. And this is by far the highest accuracy high combo we've seen on this map. If he is able to clock out the FC, it will be the top score on it for the weekend thus far. Just the one sliver of time remaining, and despite the act drop there, still by far and away the #1 score on that map for the weekend. The other FCs being a 90% and a 91% FC. So really putting in the work here. Now back in FallenHK's court, there is still some picks that could be quote-unquote weaknesses, considering like a Hard Rock 2 or an Everlasting Message Hidden 5. Both pretty solid options if you want to opt for like tapping mechanics. Or at least a comfortability difference. Oh, it's gonna be Hard Rock 3. Yeah, I forgot this map was on the board even. This map is devious. This is by far the hardest map in the pool, just based off of results. We just saw the #1 seed play this map, and his peak was 600k, which is like it's double the amount of score anyone else has gotten on it this weekend. You have to deal with some 210 BPM bursts, plenty of tech sliders, and a big aim, you know? For what is a 5.65 star after Hard Rock, definitely underweighted. Definitely one of the most evil picks in this pool, and it's just not for the faint of heart, for sure. And already you're seeing that first slider break come out from charro. I feel like this is very much a specialist pick for these Hard Rock mechanics players. If you are comfortable on the higher BPM aim stuff, this is going to be so much simpler for you. And luckily it is short, only 149 in length, so it won't be a long beatdown, but I mean, you're seeing the score difference already. This is pretty staggering in the accuracy department. That's nearly 10%, 8% currently. charro, though, building up some combo. Fallen ends up breaking at this halfway point. There is a chance with a big hold that charro can manage a comeback. It's just going to require a break almost immediately. And it does not come through, and charro gets slow slider. That's going to seal the deal here, but the question then becomes, what kind of score is FallenHK going to get on this map? Because this is a mighty fine performance on something like this. The big square burst coming through, and it's just been slider breaks, no big real misses for FallenHK, just getting tripped up by some of these stacks here, and closing out a near 600k score of his own. locking in that 594 on nearly doubling up what Charro had to offer. And that's a big... It's only not an S rank because of the 550s, which is unlucky. But it, for all intents and purposes, it's a 95-0 miss. It's an S rank in my heart. But that is going to make it a 4-2. FallenHK is on match point. Back to Charro's board. They have to win the next two to be able to bring this to tiebreaker and keep themselves alive in this tournament. Really dire circumstances for a number 6 seed. And it's going to be, I mean, I'd be shocked if it's anything that isn't hidden 3 or hidden 1. I feel like those are the big options here. Oh, never mind. I've been corrected and trolled. Overlay is slightly broken right now, Dragon. We'll fix it in between matches. I don't want to interrupt this match to fix the tech issues. But I was incorrect. It is 3-4, so actually Charro just has to win their next pick to be able to clock in tiebreaker, which would be our 7th tie. No, that's not right. What's the score on tiebreaker to match ratio? It would be like... Yeah, there it is. It's hidden 3. Here we go. Let me see. 1 tiebreaker, 2 tiebreaker, 3, 4. This would be the 5th out of 7 matches played. If Charro is able to lock this in, which... On a map like this, it is pretty toss-up-y, but a skill set that Charro is known to be good at in the past, a hidden comfort. Plenty of snap alt to be had. Here's some flow sliders. The main difficulty is the changing of velocity in between aiming these swing doubles and the jumps that will occur after. The slight ACK advantage on the side of FallenHK in the early goings has been common, but an early break from Charro does not spell good news. Luckily, this map is pretty long at clocking in at 3:30, minute 30, longer than most of the other maps in this pool, but definitely not what you want to see if you're looking for an early lead. It's 50k on the side of FallenHK. Tiebreaker fans are going to be in cahoots after this one. Oh, the big jump, FallenHK able to hit it and still putting on a 99 accuracy on a map like this is nothing short of impressive. I mean, Suicune, if this was his skill set, he clocked in 88. But I mean, we're going to have to see what it looks like by the end of this map. But FallenHK looking supremely comfortable thus far. But it's going to be the quad there, the vertical kind of bucket-shaped quad that strikes out FallenHK there, and that's combo advantage back to Charro. There is a chance for comeback now, especially with this slower section. Just don't let the nerves get to you. You don't want to shake off of one of these slower sections. It'll just kill your mental, you know. But the lead, oh no! It's the buzz slider, just a slight overaim, a slight lack of control in the moment, overaiming that buzz slider. FallenHK not going to be able to capitalize on it. They're breaking on his own. But Charro, to come back now, needs to FC the rest of the map and get FallenHK breaking a number of times, which, fortunately for her, has occurred. Just one extra break going to be giving a little bit of combo leeway to Charro's side, but another overaim on these sliders. The control diff. 1/4 of map remaining, still 70k divides them, and a chain miss might just seal it there. 200 combo for FallenHK on the defense. The rhythm jump's gonna be getting him to break it again, and a chain miss actually gonna be evening things out. It's back to 60k. One sliver of map. Another miss for FallenHK. It's a little bit of a fall apart here. Charro cannot break again, but there it is. And that might have just sealed it. Still 60k in the books, and I don't think there's enough combo remaining for a comeback now. FallenHK has built up enough defense despite how much he breaks that no worries on his side, and a massive seed upset. Charro is going to be out of the tournament now. Number 6 seed out in our round of 16. And unfortunately, we won't be seeing our 5th tiebreaker out of 7 matches, but we still got an incredible performance from FallenHK. We will be saying goodbye to Charro, our graphic design queen. But it's FallenHK now. Let me have a look at the challenge, see who he's going to be facing up with next. Is going to be Heavy Metal for Life, who just got knocked down to the losers bracket in his last matchup. Gonna be pretty excited to see that one. Very similar skill sets between those two players. So that's going to be it for this matchup. In about 20 minutes, we're going to be having our next one, which, if I look at my chronological schedule, is going to be Pancakes versus Dents, which is another losers bracket match that got rescheduled just in time for our 16 UTC slot. So we will be taking a quick break, and we will see you then.